Hello everybody, Liverpool. It's November 18. Yep. Sorry. It seems that the main thing that is happening right now that is important to know is NATO and the fact that Biden, has allowed long-range missile strikes into Russia. So that means, if NATO attack first, the war will, World War III will be ongoing. It's obvious that every ally is gonna get together and fight against each other. And I think it's a strategy by Biden to leave something really bad to Donald Trump, which is the war in Ukraine that he doesn't want. Biden knows that Trump wants to end the war in Ukraine. So that's probably why he allowed those long-range missiles into Russia. But is NATO, like we say, do NATO have the balls to attack Russia? So if they do that, there are consequences. When you're the first attacker, it makes all the difference. So now they don't have much time until Donald Trump is officially the administration of the United States. And the United States is a superpower, as a military. So if NATO loses US as a military and, feeding with weapons to Ukraine, NATO is going to have a lot of, less money and less weapons to attack Russia. So, the thing is that, we're going to see probably a lot of people, getting with Russia, because there are a lot of people who are against NATO, like China and many others. North Korea, of course, with Kim Jong-un, who, he's planning to send hundreds of thousands of troops into Russia to help Russia. So now this is another problem, because North Korea is in Asia. Okay, it's North Korea and South Korea, and there's closer to that there's China, and that creates a problem. Because now, the fact that North Korea is openly helping Russia, that weakens a bit China. And this is not a good thing, So there will be something happening. This is a strategy from probably Kim Jong-un to help Russia, but to do something into his own area, which is the Pacific Asian, this area with China, and there's Japan close to that. That is into NATO. So a lot of things will happen out there too. So it's all, everybody is trying to take advantage for themselves into that. But the thing is that in the end, we don't know if NATO is going to have the balls to attack Russia, because I don't think that Russia is going to attack NATO. They're just sending warnings to NATO. So they said that if you guys attack, okay, you're going to have probably nuclear weapons on you. or stuff like that. So, but NATO is is a bit desperated. They didn't want Trump to be elected because they knew that Trump don't want any wars anymore, and he wants to end the war in Ukraine. He said that at the first of his presidency would be the end of the war in Ukraine. So probably, he's got probably a plan. That's why Zelensky, saying that we gotta hand this with democracy. How can you have this with democracy, my friend? My friend, but you're gonna have to leave because leave something to Russia because you guys are not as strong as Russia. So if there's a deal, man, you're gonna have to leave something. That's obvious. So in the end, it's the land of Ukraine that is in play. So Russia is gonna be expanding, and it's gonna anger a lot of people, like the UK Empire and the United Nations, which is NATO somehow. Well, yes, same thing. But the other problem is the Israeli Gaza problem. Hamas problem that is. Nobody's talking about it, really talking about any solutions. And they're not talking about any solution in the U.S. anyway. They're talking about, sending the money instead of Ukraine to Israel. So it's not even better. Feeding any war is not good, man. But there's so many Jewish people in the United States who elected Donald Trump. He's not going to have the choice to do it. And there's a lot of people in the United States also who are really rich and, have a lot of power. You cannot deny that. And he's got to, somehow follow that trend of, there's a religion called the Catholic religion, which is a lot of people practicing this religion into the United States and America, and in the end, it's all a matter of whether territory or religion. It's either both. So we're gonna see what will happen with the war in Ukraine, and if NATO got the balls to do the thing that should not happen. Because I don't see any needs for wars. What is the purpose of wars? There are always fucking casualties and those things, and it's not needed. What we need is peace, man, through this world. No, everybody's pushing for wars. My own country is pushing for this thing, man, NATO. Canada, yeah. So, Canada is into NATO, and I don't know what they're doing into this fucking crap. I don't agree with absolutely nothing Canada, sorry about that, but yeah, I know about a lot of things, like the internet service providers. It might be anybody, and people can play with that, and it's really easy to hack a device if you can't go into the back door of the internet. So like I said before, Elon Musk is into the agencies. He's gonna oversight that, and They charge us that, so there's a lot about the surveillance. So, if I can talk to Elon Musk, I'm gonna tell him about the back doors and what's happening with my phone, and also the fact that the service provider is not TELUS, is Amazon. What the fuck? I bought my phone at TELUS. My service provider is supposed to be TELUS, but it is Amazon, supposedly. Yeah. In Toronto. And I'm in Saint Sauveur. That don't make sense, don't you think? Yeah. This is all because I'm a targeted individual, obviously. There's no other reason that could be making this happening, So people try to do things, because they're really fast in doing things, trying to fool me. They can, they succeed sometimes, but I cannot be aware of everything. I don't have total information awareness as they do, but I'm aware of a lot of things. When something is wrong, I can I know it. I cannot fix the problem right away. I don't know what it is. And I found it out, my phone is all fucked up because I got a new browser and everything. The whole thing is all, I gotta learn everything from A to Z. So, a smartphone is really a complicated thing, man. You wouldn't believe it. No, it's not. It's just that those things can really easily get hacked by the intelligence agencies, of course, of your country. At any time, my friends, if you got something suspicious in your phone, they're gonna get it to with and look at it. They will not ask your permission, man. They're gonna get into it without asking you, and you wouldn't notice. It's as simple as that, man. They've got special techniques, just like China's got their own for cyber attacks and ransomware stuff, or spying, or getting into really sensitive stuff that other people kind of do, man. They're really the best in what they're doing. And, I think they know about the COVID-19 thing, maybe as much as I do. I don't know if they do the electronic warfare, though. Because if they know what I know about COVID-19, it's all about electronic warfare, my friends. So if they know about electronic warfare, they might do it on the United Nations people, for fun. They might give the flu to people, stuff like that. Flu symptoms at any time. And people don't know. They will say they got the flu. Runny nose, or sore throat, or whatever. If the United Nations can do it, China can do it at any time. Just like they told everybody to the whole world that China is stealing personal information. That comes from the United Nations. That was surprising me. The United Nations complaining about China stealing personal information. Whoa, this is something, man. So China can do that, and they can do the electronic warfare too, by the way. So they can do the COVID-19 symptoms at any time they want to. So they probably do it very oftenly to have fun. They probably did it on Biden. They caught COVID-19 just before, he said that they was getting out of the race with against Donald Trump. Strangely. probably Chinese cyber, electronic warfare directed energy weapons attacks that gives symptoms of COVID-19, like on me. So, many people, claiming having COVID-19, might have been false claims. But some of them might have been directed energy weapons attacks. So, the fact that those weapons can do that and those people knows how to do that, well, China wants to do better all the time. This is what, tells me that it's dangerous somehow, if they know. Because they always want to do better. Like right now, man, how come they succeed of doing what they're doing? Because they're better. They're better than the NSA, than the Five Eyes and NATO, than the United Nations, whoever you think of. So if they're better than the United Nations in cyber attacks, they're better in directed energy weapons attacks. They're that way. They're made like that. This is how they work China. So this is what is dangerous with the fact that NATO did COVID-19 to people with directed energy weapons, So this is what is, what I think is the most dangerous thing, because people cannot notice. So this idea at first, I don't know if it was a good idea. They were, the first case was in China. Why? First case of monkeypox was in UK. Could be Chinese cyber attacks on, I don't know, genitals of, the man's doing homosexual relationship. I don't know, man. Could be anything like that. Anyway. And now we're talking about something that is into the food calling E. coli. Oh, man, well, fuck, man. I don't even trust what they say about it. It's something that they found into the food and the carrots. Okay. Who's telling that? It's the United States government. So I don't trust this at all until Donald Trump is officially in charge. Just like, man, they say plenty of things that, right now, like every time, that China's doing a cyber attack or something like that, it's Vol Typhoon. So, I can't wait to see, to hear what is the narrative of the new administration. So, will they say, Volt Typhoon, this and that? Man, we're not gonna hear anything about this crap anymore. Because this is crap that is made up to tell the people that China is doing this and that. But they found the gang is Volt Typhoon or Salt Typhoon or this and that. Man, that's fucking crap. In the end, it's probably all related to the PLA or the Ministry of State or people like that really, really got special techniques of attacking. But the narrative is gonna probably change. We're gonna end up, China, they will mention China and without, any shame. Because now, why aren't they telling that it's China, like Microsoft, for instance? They had a huge outage, supposedly, because of a restart from CrowdStrike cybersecurity. What the fuck? That was probably a huge cyber attack from China that made it happen, and CrowdStrike took the blame. But these kinds of things might continue because this is not the government. This is stupid Microsoft telling lies all the time, and so those corporations, by the way, gonna have some kind of retaliation from Donald Trump. They spied on him for a long time. So now he probably got a lot of surveillance in Mar-a-Lago and everywhere he goes. I think in Mar-a-Lago he probably knows about TIA, so he's got spectrum analyzers. Because spectrum analyzers gonna tell if there's too much, microwaves, or electromagnetic fields and stuff like that, or the spectrum analyzer can analyze the whole thing and tell if there are beams of weapons at certain times, and so I don't think that they really attacked Donald Trump. They attacked me because I don't have those things in my house, and I'm not really even though I could have those things, they can do whatever they want into changing these results. Anything can be hacked these days. This is what I've learned. Man, they can hack just about everything that is an electronic device. So it's hard to understand, but it's feasible very easily. So. This is what is dangerous also, the cover thing that happens, to people, like the spying on you and the surveillance tool that the government has got in his own hands, I'm talking about the law enforcement, but there's a deep state that's got something even better that's called, TIA in America and in UK and in NATO and everything. But, there's mass surveillance everywhere, and you gotta know that. But I don't know if it's gonna change with Donald Trump administration. Elon Musk knows about the mass surveillance. He's not stupid, man. He learned about the surveillance disclosures. He knows about Edward Snowden. Everybody knows about Edward Snowden. They just don't talk about Edward Snowden. But it's gonna come out much, much more, they wouldn't be afraid talking about Edward Snowden. Well, it's a sensitive thing because, he's in Russia. He's living in Russia with his own family and everything, is fine. He's staying out there, and he's not coming back to the U.S., even though if he's got a pardon. But they're gonna talk about Edward Snowden, and what Edward Snowden told us was, that there was mass surveillance everywhere, just about everywhere, and that the stealing of personal information was done by the United States, UK, Canada, and Australia, New Zealand, and probably even more than that, probably all NATO nations, they were all into that, even probably United Nations. Snowden told us it was the Five Eyes Alliance. I believe it. But Five Eyes Alliance got secret friends that Snowden don't know about. So it's not the Five Eyes Alliance in the end. It's all United Nations all over the world doing these things. So, but there's mass surveillance in every United Nations members. This is what I was trying to make you understand. And those are mostly democracies. This is the point. I mean, in a dictatorship, this is a normal thing. But with the laws in a democracy, it's not allowed. But they're doing it without you noticing it.